Did you ever find yourself in school in a bind? Maybe you had a test and you didn't study. Maybe you just didn't pay attention the whole week. Well, that's what we have for you today. It's like you had to look off someone's test. We did the homework for you. Every single Monday, we bring you the AI news that matters. So if you slept on AI this week, don't worry. You can copy off our paper as we bring you the AI news that matters. So, a lot going on in the AI space this week, from robots that are now way too human. Elon Musk is suing OpenAI, and some major announcements in the AI video space, and a lot more. This is the AI news that matters with Everyday AI. So, what's going on, y'all? My name is Jordan Wilson, and I'm the host of Everyday AI. This is your daily live stream, your daily podcast, your daily newsletter, helping everyday people like you and me not just keep up with all this that's going on in the AI world, but how we can all actually use it to grow our companies, grow our careers, get ahead, right? That's what it's all about. And you can spend, because we do this, you could spend hours each and every day trying to keep up with what's happening in the AI space, but it's hard. Generative AI, it honestly changes faster than it can produce new content. So that's why you got to tune in every single Monday when we go over the AI news that matters. So if you haven't already, and we always keep these show notes. So check the comments to the live stream here if you're joining us on LinkedIn, or check out the Spotify show notes, and make sure to go to youreverydayai.com, sign up for the free daily newsletter. It's not just the AI news today. There's a whole lot more in the newsletter, as always. Additional insights, fresh finds from across the internet, some cool things happening here at Everyday AI. So make sure to check that out. And I tell people, it's like a free generative AI university. We now have like 220 episodes. You can go back, watch all those live streams, go back and read all those newsletters, whatever you want to learn about. We got it all on youreverydayai.com for free. All right. So let's get into the AI news that matters. And if you're joining us, like, hey, look at this, it's Mike 4G back. Good to have you. So if you're joining us, like Mike 4G or Tara or Azan or Josh, thank you all for tuning in. I want to know from you guys, what do you think is the most important piece of AI news you've seen this week? Or, if maybe it's your first time on the live stream, or long time listener, let me know where you're joining us from. I always like to see where everyone's joining us from. So let's go ahead and get started with the AI news that matters for the week of March 4th. All right, let's start here. This one's a pretty big one, y'all. So, humanoid robots company Figure has raised another $675 million. So, Figure AI is a startup that's focused on humanoid robots, and they're using them for dangerous or undesirable jobs. And they just secured $675 million in funding at a $2.6 billion valuation. All right. And that's the important part. But look who it's from. It is from Jeff Bezos, Nvidia, Microsoft, etc. Yeah, pretty big. All right, so the company's new robot, it's Figure O1 or Figure One. I'm not even sure which it's called, but Figure Zero One. So it mimics human movements, and it aims to address labor shortages in industries like manufacturing, logistics, and retail. Figure AI also, if you didn't know, is partnering with OpenAI to develop advanced AI models for these humanoid robots, and also utilizing Microsoft's Azure cloud services for AI infrastructure. Yeah, it's not just a random humanoid robot floating around. It is being powered by Microsoft, OpenAI, NVIDIA. That's why we got to pay attention here, y'all. So let's just talk about the market in general here. The market. So the humanoid robot market is projected to reach 38 billion by 2035, with over 250,000 units estimated to be shipped by 2030. So in like 6 years, and that's from Goldman Sachs. But these humanoid robots require expensive components, and it may take some time for the cost to come down enough for a broad rollout. So yeah, the right now, the cost of these robots is expected to decrease. So current expenses are ranging from 30 to $150,000 per unit, but that is down from 50 to $250,000 per unit last year. So if you haven't seen these figure robots, or this new figure one from Figure AI, you got to check it out in the newsletter. We have a couple examples, but it's kind of wild, right? So I'm showing it here on the live stream. This isn't what you think, kind of like an R2D2 Star Wars type robot. It is very human-like in terms of its movement, and it's now doing very complex tasks. So a lot of times people think of, these robots being very clunky. They're not. They walk like humans. They can use their arms and fingers like humans. And although right now, they're a little clunky and doing some tasks slower, the thing you got to look at is they're completing human tasks, right? Things that involve complex rationale, right? Things that require fine motor skills, right? Like picking small things up off of assembly line and using, machine learning and computer vision to determine what it is you need to pick up. So, you know, I try real hard on the Everyday AI show to always be an optimist, right? But I mean, you just have to pay attention to the companies investing here. All right. So we just talked about some of them, right? But let's talk about the big ones in the room here. Okay. OpenAI, Microsoft, Bezos, and NVIDIA. All right. Those are four of the biggest partners in the world if you are a humanoid robots company. And you know what? If you are joining us live, what are your thoughts, or what are your questions? I'll try to get to what I can. But it's very if you haven't seen these before, I just encourage you to check them out in the newsletter. We're gonna be linking to a couple of Twitter threads and examples in the newsletter, but it's pretty astounding if you've never seen these before. We look at these new videos, and also, yes, like Douglas Bolin is chiming in here. Tesla kind of has their AI bot as well, but I'd say Figure right now is very far ahead of anyone else in this kind of humanoid robotics space. And the reason we say humanoids is because these new robots are being made kind of for that, right? They're not really technically being made to be a human companion. They're being made to do human tasks, right? And so um, when you combine the outer kind of body human function, the ability to kind of quote unquote see, walk, move around, avoid objects, it's pretty impressive how far the technology has come in the last year or so. But yeah, again, you got to look at the investors here, y'all. Microsoft, OpenAI, Nvidia, and Bezos. All right. So why what the other three might sound kind of common, but why am I throwing Bezos out there, right? Bezos expeditions. Well, guess what happens everywhere in Amazon? Yeah, you have constant human labor doing repetitive tasks over and over, right? And when we look at those costs, right? So we look at those costs right now. So they're currently $30,000 to $150,000 per unit. Yeah, guess where I think a lot of the initial orders are going to come from? Well, I think they're going to come from people like Amazon, or companies that have obviously large factories, right? Because when you look at $30,000 per unit to $150,000 per unit, all right, well, that's obviously falls within the range of an average salary, right? For someone working on a manufacturing floor. So again, I'm not gonna start the show off today with doom and gloom, but if you haven't been paying attention in the generative AI space, humanoid robots aren't some future fiction, Skynet, Terminator, nightmare dream scenario. No, they're here. They're slowly being rolled out between Figure and Tesla and some other big players in the kind of humanoid robotics game. You have to pay attention. I do think it's going to be pretty disruptive. It says that they're going to be estimated to ship in 2030. I would expect that timeline to probably move up. Also, when you're talking about 250,000 units estimated to be shipped by 2030, I would also say that estimate from Goldman Sachs is also a little under. I would expect it to be more, especially with how quickly this technology is moving, how much money is being invested into these humanoid robotic companies. I would expect it to be much more than 250,000 units to kind of be out there in the wild by 2030. But those are the projections. All right. Yeah, Juan here saying the humanoid robot is super interesting to me. Big picture, I think they will bring products being made more locally in the U.S. rather than overseas. Yeah, that's a great point, Juan. That this does bring the capability to cut down on shipping costs as an example, right, and not having to manufacture so many things overseas and being able to kind of have more kind of homegrown. So yeah, maybe even if it is more humanoid robots doing work, but yeah, maybe doing more works in your country of origin, right? So we're based here in the U.S., so this could bring more technically jobs from overseas back here to the U.S. to be able to develop and build things faster. So a good side point there, right? Because we talk about oh, are all these robots going to be taking manufacturing jobs? Well, maybe they're going to be taking jobs from overseas and bringing them here back to the U.S. I love that take one. All right. Our next piece of AI news. Elon Musk has sued OpenAI over alleged betrayal of the mission. All right, so here we go, y'all. So Elon Musk has filed a lawsuit against OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman, accusing the group of prioritizing profits over the benefit of humanity. So the lawsuit from Musk claims that OpenAI, well, once a small little nonprofit, is now focused on developing AI or AGI. Really, they're alleging that OpenAI, that was once a nonprofit, is now a for-profit and has become a closed source subsidiary of Microsoft. So that is the lawsuit there, and you got to know a little background here, right? Because Elon Musk is obviously a founding board member of OpenAI, and he's alleging, among other things, that now OpenAI is more focused on developing AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. So they're more focused on developing AGI for profit rather than for the benefit of humankind, which was kind of the original mission of OpenAI, and it still kind of technically is. But Musk is essentially alleging that right now OpenAI is more focused on profit. They've become a closed source, and they are kind of moving too fast with AGI, or maybe they already have, working artificial general intelligence. So that's what the lawsuit is alleging, and the lawsuit is also highlighting concerns that the AGI technology could pose significant risks to humanity if not controlled properly. All right. So a lot of things to talk about and to unwrap here, right? Because I think there's merit. I think there's a little bit of merit to this lawsuit, right? OpenAI was started as a quote unquote small nonprofit company, but I think Elon Musk does bring up some good points, regardless of what you think about Elon Musk. I know that he's a very polarizing figure in the tech and in the AI space, but he does bring up some good points. I think some are not valid, but I think some are valid. But this lawsuit seeks to compel OpenAI to return to its original mission of developing AGI for the benefits of humanity. So this legal battle, it's going to be kind of fun to watch, but it's so the legal battle between Musk and OpenAI does shed a lot of light on the complex dynamics and ethical considerations surrounding the development of advanced AI technologies. The lawsuit also raises questions about the influence of major tech companies like Microsoft in shaping the future of AI research and development. I'd love to hear, what you all think. Maybe I'll, feature, one of my favorite comments on your take on this in today's newsletter. So, what do you think? Does this lawsuit does this lawsuit against OpenAI from Elon Musk, does it have any teeth? What do you see? Is it meritless? Is this just maybe sour grapes? I mean, what do you think? Because you also have to think what else Elon Musk is up to, right? So he has his overarching company XAI. He has now Twitter called X, and he has Grok, right? So Grok is the X or Twitter large language model that I don't know if anyone uses. Sorry, I had to get that in there. I know it's not Hot Take Tuesday. Um, but we even said this, back in our bold predictions for 2024. We said, hey, Grok is, the new large language model from Twitter, X, Elon Musk, is not really going to do much. So, a lot of people are saying, okay, is there actual merit here in this lawsuit from Elon Musk? Or is this maybe, he's seeing all of the success and the big partnerships and what OpenAI is working on, and maybe is Elon Musk filing this lawsuit just because he's got some sour grapes, right? He's a little like, man, I was once part of this, a founding member of OpenAI. I'm not anymore, and look where the company's going. So, also, what's important to note here is that OpenAI's deal with Microsoft is under scrutiny, not just from U.S. regulators, but also competition authorities in the EU and UK as well. So there's obviously a huge regulatory dimension to this ongoing dispute. So what do you know? Tanya saying Elon is a visionary. What are we not seeing? All right, that's a good point. What are we not seeing? I think there's a lot, Tanya, happening behind the scenes, and we do link to the entire lawsuit in today's newsletter. So make sure to read that. I haven't read the entire thing yet. I've read a good chunk of it. Azan coming in with a comment here saying, I don't think the lawsuit has teeth. Not yet. From the looks of it, there are no specific examples of what he claims, other than maybe OpenAI's closed source, but that isn't illegal and not sue worthy. Yeah, that's a good point, Azan. And I think that's probably where I'm seeing of a lot of the attention going right now, at least with this lawsuit. Frank joining us from YouTube. What's up, Frank? Thanks for joining us. So he's saying, does Elon, bottom line, have a profit motive or a safety motive or what? Hard to figure that one. What's everyone's thoughts? Um, yeah. You know what, Frank? I'm going to say this. Every week we do AI news that matters on Monday, and most weeks we do a hot take Tuesday. And yeah, tomorrow's hot take Tuesday is exactly this. So I don't want to give away too much of my show, but Frank, I do think that there's points to be made on each side. But hey, I guess you got to tune in tomorrow if you want the full, unfiltered hot take. Jason saying, I don't think Elon has sour grapes. I think he has a point because OpenAI was a nonprofit and is migrating to more of a for profit firm. That is a major shift. Agree. Yeah. And I think that's what I'm saying. I think that there's definitely merit to at least some of the points that Elon is making in this lawsuit. Yes. Obviously, it goes into profit on what is a nonprofit, or sorry, it goes into thought. What is a nonprofit company? Right? It looks like OpenAI is making a ton of profit, right? And they are. And then you go and think, should a nonprofit have a profit focus? Or are they technically, finding a kind of a legal gray area and operating legally in that gray area? So again, we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. I need to drink water here. Guess what, y'all? Awesome free stuff. Yeah. We're going to take like 1 minute to tell y'all some of our partners are amazing. Yeah, we just started partnering up with companies here at Everyday AI after like telling people no for 10 months. So, first, one thing you have to know is we are giving away a year of Taplio. Yes. So, Taplio sponsored the show last week. So, I just wanted to give them one more shout out here. So, we are giving away a year of Taplio. So, there's going to be more info um, in the show notes here and in the newsletter. If you do want to win that year of Taplio, we use it literally multiple times a week to grow our presence on LinkedIn. I think it is the best tool if you're trying to build your brand, grow your reach on LinkedIn. A lot of great AI power tools as well. We did a whole rundown behind the scenes look on how we use Taplio. So if you want to win that year of Taplio, pretty simple. It's on us, right? So you do just have to sign up for a month of Taplio for $1. You use the code every day and then send us that you registered, and then we'll be picking one person to give away that free year of Taplio too. That's not our only one, y'all. Oh, here's a fun one. Did you guys know that we're going to be broadcasting live at the NVIDIA GTC conference, March 18th to March 21st? All right. So I'm fun to announce. I'm excited to announce for the first time in 200 plus shows. I have a prop here. I can't wait for this one. All right, but the NVIDIA GTC conference is going to be in San Jose. So if you are in the California area, or maybe if you want to travel out there, the GTC conference I think is going to be amazing. They haven't had it in about 4 years in person because of COVID, so it should be a very big event happening again in San Jose, the GTC AI conference, March 18th to March 21st. So check out our show notes. There's more information on how you can buy tickets or you can attend for free. Yeah, the virtual event, you can attend this for free. And the speaker lineup is nutty, y'all. It is the who's who of AI and technology. It's not just NVIDIA folks, it's people from all over the tech spectrum. So we are actually giving away, yes, we are giving away an NVIDIA GeForce GPU, right? Hey, and I said I had props today. This thing's heavy. Look at this thing. Right there. How do I get this in the shot? There we go. So we have the GeForce. It's so big, it's covering my face if you're listening on the podcast. So we have the GeForce uh, RTC 30 series. All right. Let me tell you why this thing's amazing and why I want one, right? We've talked about before, NVIDIA just released a free AI, essentially chatbot. I wouldn't say it's a competitor to ChatGPT. It's a little different, but it allows you to run different open source models on your desktop, and it is extremely powerful. The problem is you need a GeForce chip. Guess what I have, y'all? Literally in my hand that we're giving away. I have a GeForce chip. All right, so check out the show notes. Literally, all you got to do is go register for the conference. So whether you're going to buy the tickets and if you're in San Jose, or if you just want to attend the free virtual conference, that's right. Literally, just go sign up. Even if you're just going to go to the free virtual conference, screenshot your kind of attendance confirmation, and then we have a little thing on our website. Fill that form. Takes about 30 seconds, and you're in for a drawing. And we're going to be giving it away live, y'all, live. I don't know, does anyone want this thing? I kind of wish I could take this, but I can't. I told NVIDIA that we'd do a giveaway for it. But hey, I am literally going to be probably buying a new PC soon that has this chip in it, just so I can run the chat with RTX from NVIDIA, because it is an amazingly powerful kind of desktop program that allows you to run different models locally on your machine. So I'm excited about that one. Yeah, Douglas, you can't. I don't think you can fit it in your MacBook Pro. It is for PCs. Yeah. Frank says ship it now. Well, Frank, go make sure check out the show notes. Go sign up and make sure you fill out the form on our website. All right, now back to AI news that matters. All right, that was fun. I like giving away cool stuff. Thanks to Tapley and Nvidia. You guys are awesome. All right, so more AI news that matters, and this is huge, y'all. This is huge. All right. So, Lightrix has unveiled AI-powered filmmaking tool called LTX Studio. All right. So, Lightrix is probably most or best known for apps like Facetune and Video Leap, but they just introduced LTX Studio, an AI-driven filmmaking tool. All right, so LTX Studio helps creators from ideation to generating AI powered short clips for storyline visualization. So users can input ideas, and the tool creates scripts, creates storyboards, and can create consistent characters through prompts. All right, so the tool allows customizations of scenes, styles. You can just type in if you want cinematic, anime, etc., weathers, locations, colors, outfits. You got to check out the demo. It's in the newsletter. All right. So the features of LTX Studio include shot editing, character modifications, and the ability to preview and export the films. Lightrix CEOs emphasize that LTX Studio's usefulness for professionals like filmmakers and ad agencies is through the roof, and I agree. All right, so the company actually leverages various AI models, including text to video, and in the tool's creation process. All right, so if you don't know, Lightrix has actually been around for a while. Like we talked about, they have probably, some of the earlier AI kind of AI powered apps that hit the App Store in Facetune and Video Leap. So they've already raised, geez, back like 3 years ago, I think in 2021, they've already raised hundreds of millions of dollars. They already have their Series D funding round, so they're very deep in the game. But this LTX Studio shows a major shift toward AI professionals and the future of AI video making. So I'm going to show just some little examples here. And hopefully for our podcast audience, I can talk you through it, but make sure we do give a lot of examples of this in the newsletter. So if you haven't already signed up for the newsletter, make sure to go to youreverydayai.com. So here's an example. So LTX Studio on their website, it's not publicly available yet. You can join the waitlist. So in this example, they kind of show a boxer, right? So it's kind of a video generated of a boxer, and it's a close up, right? And then kind of if you let it go, if you let the website load for about 3 seconds, you'll see kind of the power. So what happens is this one close up of a boxer becomes like 6 separate kind of short form videos of other boxers, of the crowd, of other elements, zoomed out, visuals of the same boxer in the same ring. So why are we talking about this? Well, I think so far, whether we're talking about AI image tools like DALL-E and Midjourney, or if we're talking about the current AI video tools that are available, Pico Labs and Runway, one of the hardest things is getting usable footage, right? And one of the biggest reasons why is, well, number one is quality, and the quality is getting there and it's catching up, I believe. But number two, it's creating consistent scenes that can work together, because even right now with photos, that can be difficult. You got to really be like a mid-journey whiz to get, consistent, photos from different angles, right? Because a lot of times you could say, all right, well, I'm going to create an advertising campaign based around one person. Well, guess what? It is so difficult right now, or so time consuming, to get that, whether it's in AI photos or in AI videos, to get that, kind of a consistent character, in an advertising scene or a short story, etc. Because that character, because of the nature of generative AI, it's going to look wildly different from each generation. So you really got to do a lot of shortcuts, a lot of behind the scenes, essentially a lot of duct tape. To get this thing to work, to get consistency from image to image or from video to video. And it's not always that accurate. So this is where LTX Studio is coming in, and it's looking a little different because it is going to create, and again, check this out in the newsletter. We have a lot more information, but think of it like this, starting with a text prompt, right? And then it creates an entire short story. Think of like 20 separate, short kind of video boards, right? So you could put in a simple prompt like, boxer, fighting in Las Vegas, right? Showtime fight, whatever, right? Normally, in any other program, you would get kind of one piece of that. So what LTX Studio does, among other things, is it will give you dozens of short storyboards that are consistent. And you can go in and change these with text prompts, but it keeps that consistency from kind of short shot to short shot. So then you can very easily start piecing together all of these different visuals, and you can also very easily rearrange them, drag and drop. So now all of a sudden you can create a short story with consistent characters throughout the entire thing. And just with text, you can change something. So they do give examples where, as an example, you could change the boxer's, gloves from red to black, or you can, change the color of the lights in every single scene. So just talk about crazy consistency, right? I said back in, this was in 2023 when we were doing our bold predictions for 2024. And I said, it's the year of AI video. People didn't believe me when I said, yeah, I think we're going to see very high quality AI videos, short stories. I think we're still going to get there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if consumers, between these tools and OpenAI's Sora, obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the ability to create 15, 20, 30-minute short videos. Anyone, right? We don't know what the cost is going to be. Presumably, the cost is going to be a little higher with these tools than I think we've been spoiled with tools like, ChatGPT or Copilot Pro or the paid version of Gemini, that are between $20 to $30 a month. I don't think that this kind of next generation of tools is going to be that affordable, just because the compute required to do this AI video is much, much higher. But the quality, right? Is it going to look AI generated at first? Absolutely. Will it probably toward the end of the year? Probably not, right? Like if you've seen Sora, and make sure because actually one of the we have an example of a new Sora video here with a collab from Pika Labs, but the quality of just even OpenAI's Sora is through the roof. All right. So, speaking of AI video, that is also our last piece of news for today. So, two kind of similar but much different announcements. Two new AI video tools are adding lip sync, both Pika Labs and Emo from Alibaba. All right, so let's first look at Pika Labs. So, Pika Labs has introduced a new feature that allows lip syncing to audio and AI characters, similar to OpenAI's recent AI video generator. This development represents a significant advancement in AI video technology and has the potential to compete with established companies in the future. I'd say this is pretty big for Pika Labs, right? It's something that Runway, its kind of main competitor, at least for AI video tools that are publicly available right now. I do think this kind of pushes them ahead. The technology is still in its early stages and it's not yet perfect, but it does show promise for further advancements in AI video. So, this is pretty simple. It's pretty cool, but essentially, you can literally just generate a video with text. So, you can do text to video and you can just upload your own audio or you can put in your own text. And essentially, the characters are going to mouth whatever text or whatever audio that you put in there. So is the lip syncing perfect? Not yet. Um, is it? Does it look a little computer generated? Absolutely, right? Is it Pixar style yet? No, but pretty huge leap forward from Pika Labs because this is something that really wasn't available yet in any of the big kind of brand name generative AI tools. Pika Labs made a huge splash in the middle of last week when they announced this. We actually should have done this on our live show that we had, going over Pika Labs. We didn't, but that's okay. All right, so now a similar announcement from Emo Video, not to be confused with Meta's Emu Video. Yeah, all these names are starting to blend together like alphabet soup, y'all. All right, Alibaba has developed an AI video generator, Emo, which can turn a single still image and vocal audio into an animated avatar video with facial expressions and poses. So the model can sync lips with real audio and works with various artistic styles and languages. The model itself is built on a stable diffusion backbone and is considered already to be one of the most effective of its kind. All right, so even if we're just kind of comparing the two, we're comparing apples and orange slices here, so definitely different. So think of right now the Pika Labs lip sync. I'd say it's probably a little bit more usable in its current form for animated shorts. I wouldn't say it's very good yet. If you're trying to get realistic video of people lip syncing, it's not quite there, but it works very well with source video, right? That's the difference. Whereas Emo from Alibaba, it works with source photo. All right. So it does create video, but you start with a photo. So if you want to animate video right now, you don't have that option um, in Emo from Alibaba. But the quality is through the roof. Yeah, what Liz is saying here, we're showing examples. I just have some screenshots. So yeah, it's an Audrey Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn example that they have on their website, and we link all of those in the newsletter. It's pretty impressive. So I will say this: that the emo is much better in terms of quality of the lip syncing. You have to see this. I didn't believe it, right? There's very few tools that I see, and I'm in disbelief because I've used hundreds of generative AI tools. This was probably one of them, right? So again, it's not publicly available yet. So who knows kind of what's going on behind the scenes, how many generations maybe this took, but the quality is hard to believe that you can take a photo and it is going to, so it's making, as an example, the Mona Lisa talk or, famous photos from history. It's bringing them to life. But the lip sync and the facial expression is through the roof. It's far ahead of Pika Labs. But again, different use cases. I think Pika Labs is a little bit more for AI video. And I think works really well right now for animated. This is with emo, not so much. This is short form. You start with a photo, but the lip sync and the facial expressions are wild, right? Like some of the videos that come out, of someone singing as an example. They're moving their face up and down and closing their eyes as they hit, high notes, and their lips are kind of moving just perfectly. It is extremely impressive, extremely impressive. All right, so that is kind of the wrap right there this week for AI news that matters. I hope this was helpful, y'all. So we do this every single Monday. We might take a Monday or two off this 2024, traveling, something like that. But for the most part, I think this is the best way that you can spend your Monday morning or, later on the podcast, because it is very hard to keep up with everything that's happening in the world of AI, but not just keeping up with what's happening, but how you can also make sense of it all. Right. So a lot going on this week. We kind of shuffle and sift through the nonsense to really just bring you the news that matters that you should be focusing on. So I hope this was helpful. Also, make sure if you haven't already, hey, shout out to Juan. He said he just signing up for the NVIDIA virtual conference today. So yeah, make sure the Taplio where we're giving away a year that ends tomorrow. So make sure you go use our code every day to sign up now for a $1 month-long trial of Taplio if you haven't tried it out already, our favorite tool to grow on LinkedIn. And we did a video showing you, or hey, go sign up. Maybe you're in California, so you can go buy tickets to the NVIDIA GTC conference in San Jose, or you can just attend for free, right? Maybe you can't make it to NVIDIA later this month. You can just sign up for free on the virtual conference, and then make sure to go to our website. We leave the link in the show notes to sign up if you want this big, powerful. Look at this thing, this GeForce RTX chip. I want that so I can do chat with RTX. All right, so if this was helpful, I hope it was. Please consider sharing this with your network. Send this to a friend. If you're listening on the podcast, text it to someone who needs to know about AI, or consider maybe leaving us a review on Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate it. And make sure to tune in tomorrow. All right, tomorrow. Yeah, we got our Hot Take Tuesday and talking about what the Elon Musk versus OpenAI lawsuit actually means. All right. Can't wait for that one. And I can't wait for you to go to youreverydayai.com. Sign up for that daily newsletter. I'd like to see all those new subscribers coming in. So thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you back tomorrow and every day for more everyday AI. Thanks, y'all.